Pondering God, Chapter 73, The Good News. Go into the world and preach the gospel, or good news, to all creation. Jesus, Mark chapter 16, verse 15. While reading the account of the demon-possessed man in Mark chapter 5, his condition touched my heart, and I felt pity on the man. The poor man was unable to control himself, and because chains could no longer hold him, he was driven out of the village and lived among the tombs and in the surrounding mountains. Enslaved to the demons that possessed him, the man would cry out and gash himself with stones. In this state he would remain, naked and alone, save for one man, Jesus. After Jesus had driven the demons from the man, the people from the local village came out to see what all the fuss was about. They found the man clothed and in his right mind, and they became frightened. I understand why they may have been frightened of the demoniac, but why were they frightened now, when the man was back to normal? Strikes me as odd. But don't newly converted Christians exhibiting dramatic changes in their lives often frighten those who know them? When the man asked Jesus if he could follow him, Jesus discouraged him, and in Mark chapter 5, verse 19, he said to the man, "Go home to your people and report to them what great things the Lord has done for you, and how he had mercy on you." After reading this, I thought of a song from my youth, a song that I picked up from a nice lady who lived down the street. It would be many years before I would have a relationship with Jesus, but even back then the seeds were planted, and this song was one of those seeds. Here are the lyrics. Good news, Christ died for me. Good news, if I believe. Good news, I'm saved eternally. That's wonderful, extra good news. Unlike the demon-possessed man in Mark, I wasn't in physical chains, or naked, or hurting myself with stones, but I was experiencing all those things spiritually before I met Christ, while in the bondage of sin. Jesus addresses my condition in Revelation as he speaks to the church in Laodicea. From Revelation chapter 3, verse 17, "And you do not know that you are wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked." No, I didn't know my condition until I met him, but like the demon-possessed man, I was rescued by Jesus, who has done great things for me. He drove out the demons that possessed me and freed me from the bondage of sin. What Christian wouldn't want to share the great things Jesus has done for them? I doubt that it was difficult for the demon-possessed man to share the good news of what had happened to him. It would be obvious to those who knew him, as my life is obvious to those who knew me way back when. I bet the man could hardly contain himself. Good news? How about great news?